it's time for a new update, and it's a cloudy day here in Kansas City, very chilly, and but it doesn't matter. I have a very sunny outlook today, and that's because so many good things are happening right now. First of all, but before I get into that, let me just say thank you to all of you who sent your prayers and all your encouraging emails in support of my father, who was diagnosed a couple of weeks ago with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The latest report is he's doing pretty good. He's undergoing chemo. He's going through that really well for an 83-year-old man. And he was originally in very good shape. I mean, physically he was in amazingly good shape for 83 years old. And so he's doing okay. The prognosis has improved. He's not out of the woods yet, but it is definitely getting better. So thank you very, very much. I know that your assistance, I feel, has made an impact on his situation and has helped him to recover. Moving on, we've had an amazing turn of events here in the United States in the last week. We did elect a new president, but it wasn't the same old, same old. It was even better than when we elected John F. Kennedy, which felt like a huge change in our consciousness at that time. This time we elected our first black president. Well, he's not fully black, he's half black, but he's still half black. And in doing so, we have created a new timeline shift. It was not what I would have expected or anybody expected, I think. But it certainly did occur. And let me explain how. You know, that the game down here is integration of the light and dark and all of its different aspects. And there's many ways that we integrate. In electing this president, what we did was we chose integration. We chose to finally let go of our long-held issue with between the blacks and the whites. I mean, Americans, white and black, old and young, voted for this man who is half black, and they put him in office, an office that has only been held by white men for, well, since the beginning of the United States. So that was a major change, and a part of integration. It was a step in the integration process. And of course the man is half white, half black, which in itself is an integration. So he himself represents integration, and then electing him to this office is integration. And I was very pleased. I knew coming from the South that it was going to be a really wonderful day for the blacks, because I lived in Alabama, not far from Selma, Alabama, when the area where the original civil rights marches took place. So to see the people on the on TV, in tears of joy over this, was just made my heart sing. But what was even more exciting to me and was the change in people around the world toward the United States. I mean, we had become like the big bad brother, the bully brother who was beaten up on other countries, and in many ways we deserved it. And electing this president and stepping up for change, we reinstilled in so many people the faith that used to be there in Americans and in the great American dream, which caused so many people to leave their homelands and come to America. A long time ago, they were coming for the American dream. So we renewed that faith in those individuals. And then more importantly than that, back here in the United States, what we saw was, instead of looking at this man to be a next Messiah and having our hands out waiting for him to save us, what I saw was people stepping up to the plate and saying, I will be a part of this change. I will take responsibility for helping to co-create this change. That moment, when at least 144,000 people had that thought, we created something unprecedented. We created a new timeline shift as a result of that. And it was a timeline shift based on one of the highest levels of integration that have occurred so far. John F. Kennedy was an integration. He was the first Catholic. So it was a religious integration. But this was an integration between species and between races and colors. It was just beyond anything we've done before. So as a result of that timeline shift, what we're going to experience is that some of the changes, the earth changes that were prophesied, some of the wars and geopolitical events may not have to happen. Now we can ensure that by continually doing our emotional clearing, which is our stepping up to the plate and doing our own personal integration. And so that, the future looks a lot brighter now. I mean, it's, it's kind of gloomy, right? Lots of problems that we have. But we are now on a new timeline where we're going to be able to create changes a lot easier that will create a brighter future for ourselves and our children and our many, generations to come. And I think in the future they're going to look back on this time and call it the time of great change. And I don't know about you, but I'm just so grateful to be here and be a part of that. I feel like I've got a renewed sense of purpose, in my mission to help people do emotional clearing, because now I know I'm providing the insurance, or the ability to help people create their own insurance so that the good things happen, not so much of the bad. So thank you to all of you who participated in this momentous occasion on our planet. And I'm grateful to be here with you. And I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.